forth and fear no darkness. There's a lot of cavalry, guys. Hello and welcome back. Ellington here. And we are back on Total War Rome 2. And we have a massive cav sally out here. Chimera, his poor ballista, all by its lonesome, hit by the mercenary Celtic light horse. We do have some Chimerian noble infantry. This one's getting hot and spicy really fast, everybody. We've also got some Roman cavalry. We've got Colchian cavalry. We got Nabatean cavalry. We got Nabatean infantry even, all coming out, and poor Chimera bearing the brunt of this assault. Desperately, he's trying to save as much of that ballista crew as he possibly can, because guess what, everybody? It's the only ballista they've got. This is a 4v4 on the settlement of Babylon. But this is a medium settlement, Babylon. Usually Babylon has got a big old keep right in here somewhere. But as you can see, this one does not. But that means that the defenders got no artillery on their walls, which means that the attackers were limited to only one artillery of their own. So you can see they've kept him alive, 32 out of 40. Real quick, let's get a look at some players while we watch this melee commence. We've got Nabatea being commanded by Sandy. We've got Rome being commanded by Posquin. We've got Colchis being commanded by Titirond. And finally, we have Bactria, excuse me. Wait, why did I put Bactria? Pontus, excuse me. I wrote down Bactria for some reason. Pontus being commanded by Kirito. For the attackers, we have got Chimera being commanded by Dave the Vassal. We've got Kush being commanded by Alton. We've got Iceni being commanded by Puv. And finally, way over on the other side of the map, we've got Carthage being commanded by Dairy Farmer. Dairy Farmer getting a little bit of taste of his own medicine and a massive sally out here. Nabatea coming over with all that infantry now. We got a bunch of Nabatean swords. Right now, the only thing stopping them is one young axe. Got the Kushite general over here being a nuisance as well. They are finishing up some of the units, but they're going to have to get engaged with Nabatea pretty fast. Nabatea's own cavalry, desert heavy lancers on the other side of the river behind their backs now. And the crew is wide open. 22 out of 40 left. Remember, they also tend to lose ammunition when they lose crewmates. As the crew gets smaller, ammunition is lost. A lot of the cavalry either dead or has returned to the settlement. We do have walls broken on the front end and Carthaginian units within the settlement. Mercenary Gallic warriors leading off the Roman cavalry here. 140 kills. Got in some good charges on the Kushite slave infantry. But he does break, and he is shattered, I believe. Yep, shattered, gone. Walls broken here as well. Can't really break walls over here. They could here if they really wanted to, but I doubt they will. One, they don't have a tortoise over here anyways. Chimera basically just kind of having to pay attention over here. They do have Nabatean archers out here as well. Got 2 units of the Nabatean heavy archers. And the problem with that is that the Chimerian archers are not over here. He kind of had his army a little split, so he's got a couple noble infantry and his archers over this way. And then the rest of his army here where his artillery was. Archers getting some shots in on the noble infantry. They only have 80 armor, so they take a good beating to the arrows, unfortunately. Rome fighting back. We got veteran legionaries actually leaving the settlement, taking the fight to the attackers. Engaging some sword band from Iceni. It actually looked like he was trying to come over here, so maybe to chase off the Chimerian heavy archers, that might be why. But he gets caught up by the sword band. And now Kush falling back, actually. The whole attack has basically been stopped. A bunch of the attacking units took this crossing, engaging some of the Desert Heavy Lancers. 50 kills, 83 kills, 65 on the Kushite Royal Guard. Armored Shotels with 38. I don't know. I'm not sure if the Desert Heavy Lancers charged back or if they got caught sitting there. I think they charged because there's some dead. Yeah, I think they charged each other. And now the Nabatean unit's coming over to try to harass them. And they run away. So yeah, this entire attack has been stalled. You see Iceni basically bringing, like, you know, huge chunk of troops over this direction with Chimeria, and thus leaving Kush and Carthage to basically have to kind of delay their assault, otherwise they would probably get, you know, triple teamed here. It looks like maybe we've got a Tortoise shifting. I wonder if he's going to hit over here. No, not there, but maybe over here, possibly. I'd be afraid to try and bust down this wall. No, he's going right here. You can see Nabatea and a Roman unit coming over here. Veteran Legionaries, 133 kills. They basically just have to defend this area right there. The attackers could then maybe bring some archers over this way to shoot into the backs, possibly. Even archers over here being able to shoot this way might be able to get a decent angle. Chosen Sword Band, Heroic Nobles. A lot more Chosen Sword Band. Now, the Slingers being over here, it's not a terrible idea because the Slingers can do a little bit better in this position than they would be able to do over here, while the Chimerian Heavy Archers can do better over here, while they don't necessarily need to be over here. Slingers can shoot in a flat arc, but they can't shoot over walls. They can, you know, and the Chimerian Heavy Archers, they can shoot over the walls, while they are not necessary to shoot in a flat arc. You can see Nabatea deciding to pull back now. I think they basically have come to the realization that they got what they needed out of their sally out. They probably were not going to gain that much more by being in the position they were in, so might as well fall back and save the troops for the actual defense. He's lucky that none of his spearmen got killed by that, considering the rock, you know, fell on them. And here we go. Looks like Kush is going to re-engage. Excuse me. Kushite slave infantry, masses of them, moving forward to the breaches again. Also have the Nubian bows moving up. Chimerian heavy archers shifting on the corner. Also have Chimerian noble infantry moving over to the breach as well. So probably going to see the Kushite slave infantry move in first, with the noble infantry going in second. When you get through the breach, what do you get? So you're going to get a kill box, first of all. But then you have an uphill fight to the left. To the right, you have a big open area. But also, you have the ability to possibly collapse in on the other breach. Pontus probably going to shift into this breach would be my suspicion. Also have Nabatean swords moving forward. Pontus holding the upper area of the hill, with Rome and Colchis seemingly taking the top of the hill. Rome is honestly kind of everywhere. Nabatea is back at it. Those troops that went away are coming back. Also have naked warriors here, naked swords, excuse me, sitting under the wall in the protection of the wall. Sec, my game is really loud. We're going to turn you down just a little bit. There we go. Sorry about that. Kushite slave infantry getting mobbed. The first one getting killed by the Pontic swordsman. Really, in all realistic sense, they are taking the javelins so that the better units, when they come in, do not take the javelins. That is the name of the game here. So far, nothing on the upper area. This side could be a little bit tough just due to this kind of tight area right here. So, you know, maybe they put most of their focus on the lower area first. Chimerian heavy archers up on the corner. Not shooting yet, it doesn't look like. Now, the ballista, 20 out of 40. So they have just enough to man all four, okay. But once again, their ammunition is going to be severely hampered there. Which sucks, because that artillery had a really good position to fire upon the defensive troops. Now, because this is a medium settlement, the capture point is here, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I believe it is. I believe this is the cap point right here. So that means that even after the attackers get in, they're going to have two fights. They're going to have a fight across this river crossing and a fight across this bridge. So, depending on how bad the losses are for the defenders, could depend on how that ends up going, right? First, the attackers need to make it through the outer defenses. So that means make it through these breaches right here. So you have one breach. Going to face up against veteran legionaries first. You've got breaches over here. Is there another wall coming down? Yes, there is. I almost wonder if that wall comes down if you don't just book it right outside that wall. Oh, it's the artillery shooting it. I thought it was the tortoise, but yeah, it's got to be the artillery, right? Well, I thought it was, but I don't see anything shooting. No, the artillery seems to be shooting over here. There's some good targets over here, guys. Oh yeah. Unfortunately, because of the lost ammunition, those good targets are going to be not quite as taken advantage of. I am surprised that they are not finishing the wall, though. You know, you take like the Levy Freeman and jump on there and finish it. You can see the defenders spreading out their troops. They already know what was happening, and they said, nope. You're going to spread out before you actually get a good one. Mercenary Gallic Warriors, 29 kills. Got Cretan archers up here. They've not been shooting. Have the Chimerian heavy archers? Yeah, they've done a little bit. Got 28 kills. They've got a good shot on this defense over here. $87. Yeah, those Pontic swords are getting ripped to shreds. Pontic swords already don't have the greatest, you know, armor and such, but still. Gallic warriors. Kushite slave's going to go in first. This is probably their best spot right here, just due to that reach of the Chimerian heavies. They just need to be careful because now you got the Nabatean heavy archers up here who can then counter you off, which is why you see this unit fell back. Kushite slave infantry 51 out of 160. Ow. Look at the Pontic swords, 176 kills. But you can tell it was all Kushite slave infantry because of the fact that they have 176 kills and don't even have a chevron yet. So, what they were killing was not very high quality stuff. So Nabatea seems to be holding this area here. Rome kind of split between everybody, it looks like. Rome also has a bunch of troops back here waiting. Heroic nobles coming in. Look at that, right off the bat. We're going to get double teamed by a Nabatean sword and a veteran legionary. Headhunt already. They backed up. It's because they want him to come in here. Yeah, smart move, Iceni. Get the hell out of there. Got a thorough spear there. Eastern spearman. Yeah, I think that's the right call. Get the hell out of that breach. They've also slowed down here. They are no longer pushing into this spot. Mostly because they no longer have that position. Well, I guess they have it now, but... So they do have the position back now that they could hit this breach, but they are deciding to take it slow, which honestly I think that's a good idea. They have plenty of time to work with, so why rush into it? No need to rush, you know what I'm saying? Chimerian heavy archers, 2 kills, 35 kills. We got a bunch of, the noble, oh man, the general. Is he still alive? I bet so. He's at 71 out of 160 though, that hurts. If I remember correctly, what happened was he, as soon as he sent his general and some of his other units over here to help, they had been targeting the artillery with their archers. They then targeted the general with their archers. So, since we have a little bit of a lull, I will tell you guys, I did just make a video about this. If you haven't watched it, please go check it out. But it is covering the new development with CA removing the chats from the game. So if you look up here, it doesn't mean anything since we're, this is a replay, but you see how this chat icon is grayed out. When you go into a multiplayer lobby, that's going to be grayed out like that from now on. And that's going to be basically on all Total Wars pretty much until they figure out a way to do it. So CA has officially removed the chat from everything from Rome 2 back now. And I believe Attila is next. And it is frustrating. And I understand it's frustrating. I think it is really stupid too. But I know that partially that reason is to do to some legal stuff in the United Kingdom. Something to do with a law about moderation of chats. I don't know the whole in and out to it. I just know that that's kind of one of the reasonings for it. CA basically has come to the decision that they can't moderate and keep track of the chats. And so because they can't moderate and keep track of the chats, they're just getting rid of them until they can figure out a solution of how to do it. So please go check out that video because it covers basically the substitution of using things like Discord. And so that video has a bunch of different Discords linked to it, a bunch of different Total War YouTubers' Discords all linked onto it so that people have places that they can go into chats or use text chats, so on and so forth, to communicate with their teammates. so on and so forth. So please go check out that video. It'll be linked at the end of this one. So, yeah. So you guys get the links to all those Discords. It's like, you know, people like Pixelated Apollos, Jackie Fishes, you know, Joannits, Bearded Warmans, all sorts of different, you know, Pope John Paul. So I basically reached out to as many of the other Total War YouTubers I could find and asked them to send me permanent Discord invites to their Discords so that I could link them and they would last, because most invites that you use only last for a certain amount of days. So please check out that video. And yeah, tell me what you guys think. How do you guys feel about that? I know it's annoying, it's pretty frustrating, but I hate to say there's really not a whole lot anybody can do about it. But we do have a reinitiation over here. We do have Iceni coming in with Sword Band. We've got Nabatean Swordsmen getting up on the wall to deal with that. Nabatean Heavy Archers are all sat up right up here, and they are beginning to shoot into that. Not sure whether or not that's really worth it, given it's just a sword band. To me, that seems like it would be maybe a bit of a waste of ammunition. The artillery, 46 kills, and for the fact that he lost a lot of the ammunition due to losing crew, the 46 kills isn't bad at all. And he does not look like he has any more ammunition. Well, yeah, I mean, maybe he does, yeah. He might have a volley or two. And here we go, Carthage and Chimeria and Kush all mobbing into this. Chimerian Noble Infantry leading off. We also have a Grease right through the middle. Nabatean Swords countercharging. Armored Desert Hoplites. But we also have Armored Chotel Warriors in the combat now. Not only that, but we have the Archers of Chimeria shooting. Armored Desert Hoplites are facing the wrong way. Chotels. They have the Chimerian Noble Infantry, or I mean the Armored Desert Hoplites right where they want them. All the jabbies, all the arrows coming in. Got Hoplite, V-Hoplite. Then we got Roman Veteran Legionaries in support as well. Armored Chotels 135 kills, 64 on the Chimerian Nobles. This area here is not looking good. All of a sudden the heavy hitters of the attackers are in, and the defenders are all of a sudden on the back foot here. Chimerian Noble Infantry slipping past while one holds down the opening. If they're quick, they may be able to make that 2 units through that gap before the defenders plug it. So far, the defenders have not done so. Oh, Chimeri, come on. You still got the opening. Use it. Kushite Slave Infantry getting off the walls. A huge push happening at this breach. They also finished the opening here. Chimerian Heavy Archers are actually kind of over this way. They might be trying to leverage an angle onto that defense. I'm not sure. We also have the archers from Colchis up on the top of the hill shooting down into the masses at the breach. Samnite Warriors of Carthage have broken through. They're attacking the hill now. Iceni Chosen Sword Band also holding the hill. Got more Chosen Sword Band back here. This area here is not looking good for the defenders. They're very quickly losing control of this breach. Well, the breach is lost, but their next level of defense here is here and here, basically. And if they're not careful, they're going to lose that very quickly as well. They don't have enough troops up here to hold this. So what that's going to mean is I'm going to bet we're going to see a fallback before they commit more troops. Roman archers shifting forward, I think trying to get shots over here. That Javi tossed by the Samnite Warriors into the Nabatean armored Desert Hoplites. Veteran Legionary is about to break 286 kills, though. Chimerian Noble Infantry, 45 and 65. Heroic Nobles with 40 kills, down to 117 out of 160. We also have Kushite Slave Infantry taking on Spontic Swords. Chosen Sword Band using their Javies in the background. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a swap here soon. On the hill, I think this is going to be tough. I don't know how hard they're going to push this right now. I think they're far better off pushing this area here than trying to throw troops through this very strong hill defense. They probably even have a hole that they could throw in some gap. I think they just thought what I just thought. It's a very open settlement in here, so if they can get their cavalry out inside of this settlement, they can do some really good work here. The question is, though, they are both generals, both their cav units, so they probably are not going to be super keen to throw away their generals. More units breaking on the hill. But this is pretty much the attackers now. This whole lower area is the attackers. You can still, they still have units set up here on this side of the river, though, the defenders do. A lot of Colchis. Colchis is barely engaged here. The archers have shot some of their ammo, but their infantry is pretty much untouched. Wow. Armored Desert Hoplite is actually still alive over here. 148 kills with a chevron and almost 2 chevrons. Chimerian Noble Infantry just getting nuked. Getting obliterated by archer fire. A little bit of a lull, some archer fire happening, but not a whole lot in actual combat. We'd still have some Nabatean swords in combat. This armored desert hoplite that I think people forgot about because it's chilling all by itself and nobody's even like touching it. See? You want to leave? Yeah, I want to leave. Armored Desert Hoplite and a Veteran Legionary just kind of chilling. Got some Heroic Nobles here, 109 kills. And here come the masses. Nabatean General coming out, finishing out what's left out here. Young Axes and Ballista. .44 kills. Now we also have a push. We got the Chimerian Noble Infantry. We got Sword Band going in. Chimerian Noble Infantry break in. They're wavering 86 kills, just barely under a chevron. But they broke 88 kills. Sword Band 82, about to get a chevron of their own. Here comes the big guns, Armored Chotel Warriors. We got Samnite Warriors, more Chimerian Noble Infantry. We got the Archers in now, and they're targeting, looks like the Pontic Eastern Archers and the Nabatean Heavy Archers, excuse me. Nabatea's general still out here roaming. We also have the Roman general coming out. Kush had his general kind of watching, but he's bringing him back in. I think that's a smart call. Golkus bringing his archers forward. Might be some targets here he wants to engage. Chimerian Heavy Archers taking on the Nabatean Heavy Archers. And we also have the Armored Chotels taking on the Nabatean Swordsmen and the Desert Levy. Pulling out of combat. I think he pulled out because of the archers there. The Chimerian Heavies trying to set up for the shot, it looks like. Nabatea also retreating. Get your archer out of there, Nabatea. Get your archer out of there, Nabatea. You're about to lose your archer. Oh, man. Just noticed it. Taking some unnecessary losses, though. Sam Knight's 190 kills and a chevron. Nabatean Heavy Archers is doing pretty good. You know, 83 kills on one and 93 on another. The other two I don't think they've been firing as long because they're only 42. And oh, we might lose this one actually. That's a big oof. We also have the Cretan archers up from Carthage. They're probably going to start shooting back at the Nabateans. Cretans are pretty sure pretty fresh. 25, 0, and 18. Chimerian Heavies have done a little bit of work so far. 111, 73, 94, and 109. Now Kolka's taken over this upper defense. Got Hillman. Yeah, just Hillman. 3 units of Hillman holding the hill. Ha! Because they're Hillman. That's a good joke. But they're not going to hold it very long. Instead of Hillmen, they're going to be dead men. You know, because, you know, instead of holding the hill, they'll be dead on the hill. You know, you get it? If you laugh, say laugh in the comment section. This is when nobody comments. Nabatea's archers moving back forward to play again. But Cretans from Carthage, they were watching, they were waiting, they were ready for it. Look at that, as soon as they approach, boom. Volley, volley, volley. That 40 missile damage to the Cretans really hurts. So once these hillmen go down, then you can see there's nothing else really left in this inner area. Then it really just comes down to these Colchi and Cartley Axemen here, and then of course you have the bridge. I don't think the Colchian units are going to stay here. I think he's going to retreat behind this bridge before they ever get in combat. They're about to have to defend the breach or the ford over here. It's getting close to that time. Two of the cav generals from the defenders still being nuisances outside of the walls. You can see the Roman archers retreating back here. The Colchian archers retreating. We don't very often get to see these like medium settlement maps, especially not on a 4v4. Thankfully, Babylon is a massive map and can handle it. Most maps on 4v4s, especially medium-sized, you get super cramped inside. But as you can see from this map, even on medium, there's really no fear of that. Do we have a counterattack here? Veteran legionaries and hillmen coming forward. Careful though, I think, is Kush coming after you? I would say so. Veteran legionaries not quite taking any damage yet. Oh, he's shooting the hillmen. Not particularly sure why. I wonder if he misclicked when he was trying to shoot the veteran legionary or something. What is going on here? What is this mosh pit? What the fuck are they doing? Oh my gosh. Mercenary noble fighters. Looks like Carthage brought two. Now we got the Briton slingers have moved forward up onto the shoreline, and they're using their advantages here in a lot of ammunition and a flat arc of fire here. And they're not even worried about it. They're shooting straight at the Pontics. The Pontics' armor is so irrelevant to these slingers, they say, look right at us and we'll still shoot you. Look at all this. Ow. It's a lot of Nabatean archers lost on that shoreline. Now the Briton slingers finally being pushed back. Got the Nabatean Cav General is still out here. The Pontic, Colchian, and Roman General all went back inside. We also have a pretty aggressive push going on now. Mercenary Scutari getting into some Eastern archers. Colchis not paying attention. Oh, is he going to lose all of his archers right here? Yes, he is. There's no way they're out of ammo with only 72 kills, 41 kills. Really? No way. No. There's no way.
Black Arch! Pick your targets! Fire!
Yeah, the attacker's definitely taking over this spot.
Withdraw!
Wonder which way they're... I think they're going to put their primary focus over here. And probably a slow push over here would be my guess. Kolkian General is moving around now. Nothing really happening over here yet. I think what they're trying to do is, I think they're trying to just kind of consolidate over here before they, you know, begin any further pushes. Bounce power is in the attacker's favor, but it's pretty close. With the defensive edge on their side, the defenders could still pull this off. Kolka still has kind of 2.5-ish units over here holding at the bottom of this hill. They're keeping the tower under their influence so that it continues to shoot for them. It's not a terrible idea. And now maybe he's just pulling him out? No, he's still staying here. More jabbies coming in now. And it looks like the defenders are going to stay on their side of the river now. Now on this side, we did have an advance. We got armored Shotels moved forward. They are now taking on the veteran legionnaires on the opposite shore. And as of yet, no further pushes. Still have a Pontic sword up on the walls here. Just realized that. Roman archers have actually come out of the settlement, and I think he was even thinking about coming over here, maybe to help defend these. Eastern archers do still have ammunition. More Cartleys going into the mix now. We also have a Chimerian noble infantry climbing down the steps, moving to the staircase out. Veteran Shields 121 versus the Armored Shotels at 183. Look at the poor young axe. Just chilling out there, but he's wavering now. Continued attacks. Mercenary Noble Fighters actually carrying the weight over here. 181 kills, 182 kills. Talk about consistency. 50 and 52. Whatever. We got the Mercenary Scutari coming back to assist again.
On my order! Withdraw!
Mercenary Cretans seem to still have plenty of ammunition. Then the Britain Slingers also getting up on the walls. The defenders have to be careful. This is the cap point. And it is looking right... It's sitting right under the eyes of this wall here. Got the Roman archers assisting. They moved outside of the settlement and moved all the way over to be able to assist these Colchian troops. Teamwork makes the dream work. Anybody else hate that saying? Usually you hate it because it was shoved down your throat. The Nubian bows, they've got to still have ammo, right? Yeah, they do. No attacks so far.
Withdraw!
Well, so it looks like the two noble infantry, or the noble fighters for Carthage are both gone. Bit of a pull through there by the Scutari. If anybody else saw that unit just walk through those two units of Colchian Cartly Axemen. Cretan archers also moving up, but they gotta be careful. Oh, this Roman archer is all by himself. So they could nuke him right now and he wouldn't be able to stop him. Except that he ran right into the Colchian units. What is going on here? All of his units, all of his archers just went into combat. What the hell? Once again, like, this unit walked all the way over here, set himself up on the bridge, and what the fuck is happening? Iceni on the other side has advanced, Chosen Sword Band, all the way around. But now we're being followed up by some armored Shotel warriors. Armored Shotels!
Forever loyal!
And now he's advancing with this one poor lone Scutari. The Kushite generals come out here, and I think he was attacking the Syrian archer, but then he ran away because of the Hippaeus Lancer, maybe, or the Noble Blood Cavalry, maybe? Now Carthage just mobbing into this. Cartly Axeman is 196, 199, 200. 2 chevrons as well. And more units just walking forward like there's nothing there.
Break from the enemy!
Colchis now reforming his line. Still have Napatine heavy archers up here. Those gladiatresses? Yes, they are. I thought I heard females. Nubian bows just ran into combat. They might be out of ammo, I guess. Carthage just kind of running in. Cartly Axeman's still here, 263 kills and 2 chevrons. I'm wondering if there's something wrong with this, because Carthage is... Who's Carthage? Carthage is Dairy Farmer, and I don't know, this just doesn't feel like Dairy Farmer play. So I'm a little confused. They are pretty much engaged across all fronts, though. "77 kills, 57 kills. Then the Roman general riding into combat. He's going after archers, maybe? Roman archers are kind of stuck outside. They're not really stuck, but if he doesn't move them in quick, they will be. Armored Shotels, 133 kills. Balance power says it's pretty even, but I mean, it is pretty even. Does seem to me, though, that the attackers are probably getting the better of this, though.
Get ready. I think it's time.
Carthage got some Libyan Peltis.
Riders at the double.
You don't see a whole lot of Peltis units these days.
Advance at speed.
Got 19 kills, almost a whole chevron out of it.
We understand. Waiting to fire. Advance at speed.
Not sure their plan here. They're running out of time. Number 1, time is running out. Number 2, time is running out. Number 3, time is running out.
Engage.
The only thing that I always remember that from is the SWAT movie with Colin Farrell in it. Like, obviously I know it's a song, but the only thing I truly remember it from is that movie. Hey, at least they've got a Pontic Royal Cav. What's the worst thing they could do? Cheat? Nah. Even though it looks like he's pulling through, there is a pretty wide gap around the side here. Sometimes the pathing does not send the troop the way you told it to go. Whap, whap, whap. I think we are probably going to have army losses here before too soon. And it will be the attackers with that army losses. Because I don't see any way that the defenders lose this at this point. But I'm also confused as to why I'm not seeing on army losses. There it is. There it is. Yep, boom. Well, that's it. The defenders pulled this one out by the skin of their teeth by the smallest amount they could. All right, so leading off, we've got Kirito as Pontus with 1,748 kills. Archers, this one did pretty solid. 123 on the gen. Infantry did pretty good, 209. Posgwin is Rome, 1,894 kills. Archers, probably could have seen a little bit better out of them. Praetorian Guard with only 33 kills. What's going on? But look at the Veteran Legionaries, 301, 286, 244. Sandy is Nabatea with 2,017 kills. I almost said 2017 kids. Did pretty good. Nabatean Swords did pretty solid, 172 on an Armored Desert Hoplite. Finally, for the defenders, Tityrandas Colchis, 2,335 kills. His cavalry did really well. Archers did pretty solid. Infantry did pretty solid. Yeah, pretty good as a whole. For the attackers, we have Dave the Vassal as Chimeria here. His archers did really well there. You know, that 80 armor of those Chimera Noble infantry really shows. Poov as I seen you at 2089. All in all, did pretty good. 262, 260. Look at that. Same numbers. We have Alton here as coach with 1,632 kills. Archers did solid. Armored Shotels, usually I would expect to see a little bit better out of the Armored Shotels, but not bad. And finally, Dairy Farmers Carthage, 1,875 kills. Look at the Noble Fighters, both doing excellent. Infantry, all in all, did pretty solid, 272 on a Scutari. Well, that is going to be it for today's battle. Thank you guys so much for joining. Don't forget that if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and we will see you guys next time.